All right, so you're welcome back to the show. Just to remind you that on the table today is the hot topic, entertainment in perspective.
How hot is it, John?
Very hot.
All right. Yes, we shall explore sports, gaming, and digital reality plus visual and theater arts. But before we go into all of that, I am curious, John, extremely curious. And because you're a man, I would like to ask you, why would a full-grown man, get excited to the extent of molesting not another full-grown woman, but a minor?
Well, molestation, whether to full grown or a minor, is
Wrong. Thank
Okay.
you.
Now, what would have gone wrong with people who would do that is that I think the wiring must have the wiring must have gone wrong.
At what
somewhere.
point?
I don't know. They may have broken some kind of crucial wire that makes them think the other way around. Now, frankly speaking, it's I believe it's a form of mental disorder.
I agree with you.
And with the punishment, we should also try and look at
Rehabilitation.
health rehabilitation, because it's crazy. I'm sorry, but it's
That's what it is.
it's crazy for
That's what it
anyone
is.
to lose it and go after minors. So that's my take on it, and I'm very frank with it.
One of the governors in one of the states of the Federation said a few months back that anyone caught and convicted with actually molesting a minor should have some kind of punishment that a lot of people have termed is barbaric. You know? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. I know what you mean.
It's
Well,
a morning show, so I may not be able to go into the details.
Even on an evening show, I'm not sure you will.
I would on a night show, John. I would. Trust me, I would.
Yes,
but seriously.
Yeah, that may be extreme. That may be extreme, and I believe that the law still has other ways of severely dealing with these people.
And because we're talking about entertainment, a few of our brothers and sisters, in the limelight at this point in time, have found themselves in this.
Enmeshed
Yes.
in this mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does the spotlight also have, do you think?
You see, limelight, there's a way limelight affects us as humans. We tend to forget the basics of maybe morals or stuff like that. We tend to lose it, quite easily. And my advice is that, our colleagues in the limelight, should try and watch it, watch it. Always have a call back, try and take it easy and don't avoid getting into things like this.
And in an environment such as ours, where punishment is not instant, when you get popular, you lose it. You probably think that you become untouchable. It's associated with popular people and powerful people who think that they can't, be touched by the law.
Well, the good thing is that justice, sometimes may appear to be slow,
Definitely.
but it still gets there.
Okay.
It still happens.
All right. It's not a laughing matter. It's a
Yes.
very, very serious case. And we just hope that as time goes on, we begin to hear less and less of this.
Yes.
All right.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people are just as worried as you are. But,
Okay.
well, what can we say at this point? Back to the subject of the day.
Yeah.
We're starting with entertainment in sports. And our first guest is Tochukwu Macfoy.
You're learning.
I hope I got it right. I always try to get the names right.
Yeah, you should.
So I'll ask him when it comes on.
You're a public speaker.
Tochukwu Macfoy. He's an entertainment consultant in music, sports, fashion, arts and technology, talent management, online video, and digital entertainment. He's also a pop culture and millennia strategy. Well, let's all welcome Tochukwu. Macfoy. So welcome to the
I'll
show.
join you.
So first tell us, is it Tochukwu or Tochukwu? Or
Tochukwu.
Tochukwu.
Tochukwu Macfoy.
You
Great.
see now?
So you're
Tochukwu
welcome.
Macfoy, yes.
Welcome to the show.
That last bit about you,
Yes.
what is it?
So the way entertainment and content is being shifted.
The pop thing.
So pop culture and the millennials consume differently, unlike you guys.
Who are you?
What do you mean?
Who are you guys?
What
I
do
mean
you-
the more experienced,
Okay.
the more knowledgeable.
Look at you. This guy is wise. He's smart.
Knowledgeable.
Okay.
They mix form of cult. So there's short form, long form, and they consume differently.
Okay.
They consume. So with that, you must be able to speak to them differently.
So we have different
That's the
kettles.
strategy in it.
We have
Yes.
different kettles of fish.
Of fish. Yes.
Now, okay. So let's dive straight into the question.
Yes.
Let's grill you a bit about all this pop culture and sports and
Yes.
transformations and things that have happened. Now, from very humble beginnings, sports itself has grown to be a huge form of entertainment.
Yes.
Now, I want you to please kick us off on this program, on this discussion, by telling us how it has evolved since the days of wrestling matches in the village squares, as we people,
The wise
used to
ones.
say
And
it,
what you people have
and
right
what
now.
you people are having today.
Okay, so thanks for having me.
Thank you.
I think the background of everything is about consumption. So in those days, it was more about the content. Because in those days, you watch wrestling in the morning by 9 a.m. and you watch football by 4 p.m. So you had order of consumption. But right now, you watch wrestling by 2 a.m. on your phone. You watch UFC by 1:30 p.m. on your... So since there's a shift in consumption, there's been a shift in content. Total shift in content.
Okay.
This means that different forms of sports have been loved. Right now, in different factions, we have different sport love. Right now, with the pop guys, that's the millennials, Gen Zs, UFC, which is mixed martial arts, is the most consumed kind of sports.
Wow.
That makes me a millennial.
So you're
I
UFC.
do. I watch it.
Wow. So you like blood.
I watch it.
Kill them.
No, not me.
You see, I saw one last week
Brutal.
where one of the guys attempted to kick the other, and his leg just severed into two.
Yes. Wow. So, and the reason why, like I keep saying, it's because of consumption, people now want so much more, more reality, more at their own time, at their own comforts, at their own
Convenience.
Less censorship.
less,
Almost nothing. No censorship at all.
half and half.
No, there will be.
There will be, but in those days, the television was the first point of communication. Right now, it's mobile first.
True.
Okay.
It's mobile first.
So the control is a little
Is a bit, yeah.
relaxed.
It's a bit relaxed. So the shift is going to happen. If you followed what happened in the EPL, in European football with the Super League,
Yes.
Yeah.
Amazon was the first person to want to buy TV rights because they know that the future of football is still going to be mobile first.
Yes.
Okay. So the fusion of sports
Yes.
and entertainment has been quite phenomenal in the last 2 decades, if you agree with us.
Yeah.
What would you say has been the drivers of this development?
I would say that the driver of entertainment has been music, and I'll explain.
Okay.
Music. Now, imagine watching anything without music.
Sound.
It changes the conversation totally. So with the improvement of music and being able to use it in different forms, we have seen it affect sports. So if you go and watch a football match, before the match, there's a concert happening. In the halftime, there's a concert happening. Post the match, if you watch the NFL, the halftime shows in those big NFL shows, Pepsi has the brand, and all those big brands have it there. The halftime shows in these big shows, so music has been the underlying factor.
So the flavoring.
Everything. To a point where you watch football, boxing, basketball, they're chanting, Arsenal, Liverpool, you walk alone. that has been, well, most people don't understand that is the foundation of entertainment, sound and music. And with that, cultures are formed, concepts are formed. Yeah.
That's quite an interesting angle you've brought
very,
out.
very interesting.
I've never really, thought about it, but it's there.
Wonder.
It's been an influence.
Subtle.
Yeah,
Subtle.
it's been a strong influence. But subliminally,
Subtle.
we've been
And normally
taking
we
it
would
in.
think that it is the narration, it is the commentaries,
No,
and the skill of the commentators that actually draw us.
So that also works. So we can't take out that
That,
fact.
yes.
But what keeps people going is so the feature of entertainment, I would say, is me being able to participate with you, the person. So you're a boxer. How can I participate with you as a boxer?
Yeah.
How can I share your content? How can I be part of your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, take some of the more popular sporting activities, for example, like soccer, tennis, and athletics. Would you say that only a handful have been responsible for the astronomical engagement and entertainment value we experience? You talked about music
And all that.
And all that.
For that, I would say money. Money drove the conversation. And let me explain. Now, football has the biggest right of TV in sports.
Yeah.
Football has the biggest right. Basketball has the biggest right. In some countries, tennis. I know in Scandinavia, in Switzerland, tennis. Now, because of the rights in those days, of TV rights, in those days, you couldn't watch a match on your phone. So those major TV rights, it was prime time. The adverts were millions of
Massive.
dollars. Millions, and we couldn't drive past that. So those who owned platforms then knew that sports is a family thing. Unlike entertainment that could be half plus 18, most sports are family shows. Football, tennis. At age 7, I wanted to be Venus Williams or...
Except for the freestyle wrestling and all of this.
And some of us sneaked to watch WWE at 13. Undertaker.
Wow, Undertaker. No.
We did. So that the reason why those things had longevity and big money moves was because of money. Was because of TV rights, because of what those who had the platforms could gain from it.
Yes.
So they pumped in adverts, they pumped in prime time. And now, back then, a certain Nigerian had the EPL rights, remember? And then some...
Whenever he says back then, he says remember.
He points at me. No, I'm not.
Don't mind me,
It's
please God.
noted.
I apologize.
I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
So a certain, but because of TV rights, and it was taken back from him. So money drove, and money will still drive big sport conversation.
Money answered
things.
those prayers.
Those prayers. Yeah.
Okay, now let's. Since we are the older millennials,
And you're still growing up.
The wiser ones. The wiser ones.
Okay,
The most experienced
Since
ones.
Helen and I are still the older millennium, let me just ask you. See, for us, for some of us, growing up, we were told that sports, or we're made to feel that sports was a distraction.
Wow. Yeah.
But we find that these days that table has turned.
Yeah. Totally.
And academics is now seen to be in the way, to get in the way of success. So can you?
What has changed?
Unravel that for us. What has changed?
So I'll give an example. In Nigeria, for example, it is still very tough to use sports to become something. It's still very tough.
Okay.
And the reason why is that if we fixed our basketball leagues, if we fixed our football leagues, if a young person can earn from playing in Caterpillars and Aimba, can earn a living, then you change the conversation totally.
Okay.
But in some parts of the world, Division 3, Division 2, you can go play football, play basketball, and make a living.
And that's because I believe they also place academics side by side. They make it work.
Program works together.
Which
is
may be absent
here. So that's number one.
Yes.
Number two is that in those countries, they also have channels to watch this content.
Okay.
Okay?
So they have Sky, they have different stations, they have different online stations.
Where the scouts can find
They
them.
have, so it's a community, it's a food chain that works.
Yeah.
But here,
We're not quite there
we're not
yet.
quite there yet. And are we going to be there in the next 5-10 years? I don't know.
Well, we'll leave it in your. You are the.
Yeah, you're
You are
the
the business. You are the professional and businessman in sports now.
So yeah, so
we're-
let's see how it
we're,
goes.
We're looking up to you.
We're looking up to you to still declare and
No, the strategies, the sports. No, I'm really very
Yeah.
particular in this because this is personal to me.
I know why.
You know why? You know why. We've been beaten and stuck so many times by coaches, by people who says, okay, we're looking for skilled young boys and girls to take abroad football.
Yeah.
You can't imagine how far we have gone. And
Wow. Yeah, and
my
it's,
football-loving son is still in Nigeria.
oh wow.
I haven't gone far. So
Yeah,
I feel
wow,
I
yeah.
feel what you're saying.
Yes.
But we don't have a solution to it besides getting our leagues, our local leagues, attractive. Because you
has to
must
happen.
provide that platform where
First.
these young ones can grow
Yeah.
and become visible before they can.
Let me even give you context. Do you know that in China, the Chinese league funds the Chinese footballers? Nobody needs
Nobody
to watch
needs
it
to.
outside them. They get big footballers to join them just to spice it up because they have a structure. People watch, people pay for it. So you're
Yeah.
seeing that. India, for example.
Yes.
So if we just structure a bit in this country,
So quite frankly, we comparatively we cannot say that what is happening in the movie industry is the same as what we will find in the sports industry, because music, for instance, okay, in the music
Music and drama.
music I
The
think
movie.
has gone.
is on auto cruise.
When Burna Boy won the Grammy this year,
Yes.
done.
Yeah. So if we could get that kind of,
Yeah.
activity or whatever, in sports.
In sports. So when they ask me, what is the cheapest form of entertainment, I say comedy.
Okay.
Because with comedy, you don't need to a producer, you need nothing. You just need to have your phone and crack up. And it shifts your destiny. With music, you need some kind of production. You need some good. With sports, there's so much infrastructure you need. Training,
Yes.
best practices.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that so let's all put them as entertainment. You need different forms of practice to bring out the bloom, yeah.
Okay, as we wrap up,
Yes.
in maybe just a minute with you, how did you get here? It's not normal, it's not the usual that a young man like you would be in a terrain such, it's not a very popular
Yeah.
profession.
So I read
How
medicine
did
in
you-
school. I'm a doctor by training.
Okay.
I practiced for like 2 years, but I knew that I always wanted to be
Medical.
a medical doctor.
Wow.
So I practiced for 2 years. I was meant to be a pediatric doctor, but I knew that I loved research and entertainment. And luckily for me, from there, I got a job with a local TV station. Then I got a job with MTV, head of project partnerships. I got a job with different global properties, and this is my passion. I will still go back to healthcare and do health movies.
This
and
is
help.
your
Because the children need
Yes.
you in that word, the pediatric word. We will get you back on this show. John, we will?
Yes, we will.
need to get him back to tell us about the money aspect.
Yeah.
How
And
do
I want
you...
us to note that you talked about this being your passion.
Yes.
And I think we have to let our younger ones, our children know that,
importance.
the importance of following your passion.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
Thank you so
well
much.
done.
Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Well done.
This is an area that we
Tochukwu.
were so confused about, but you've come and you made so much meaning out
Thank
of
you.
it,
Thank
and
you.
we're so
Thank you.
enlightened
Thank you.
about this aspect of our discussion today. Thank you so much, Tochukwu.
Thank you so much.
Well, just in a moment, the show continues, and the next talking point is in view when we return. Please don't go away.